Hey, what's going on everybody? Jason here. Welcome to a brand new video. Today I'd like to take a look at some information released by Treyarch in regards to the launch of Black Ops Cold War. We have Black Ops Cold War, the road to launch here on the Treyarch blog. So of course on day one there's going to be a lot more content than we got in the beta, including more creator class content, new weapons, more perks, score streaks, and all that kind of stuff, including the prestige system that we talked about earlier, and of course Dead Ops Arcade 3, which I think is going to be a really fun time. So for multiplayer, the modes that they're putting in the game since the beta are Search and Destroy, Free For All, Hardcore Team Deathmatch, Hardcore Domination, Kill Confirm, Search and Destroy, and Free For All. Of course, all of these game modes are pretty much staples for any Call of Duty game at this point. I know a lot of people that like to play all of these game modes. Then for Fireteam Dirty Bomb, for the gameplay, they've added ammo caches to Ruka and Alpine, added rappel lines to Alpine. Players can now continue sprinting while equipping armor plates. Players will now automatically be air deployed after 15 seconds in the overhead spawn view. Both the downed player and player reviving will be locked in place during a revive to avoid the revive from failing. Okay, that's kind of helpful. Added the ability to call for help when downed. Alright, that's interesting. Added support for bashing a door when beginning to sprint next to a door. Alright. Added support for configurable squad wipe respawn delays based on squad size. Squads of 1 have no additional squad wipe respawn delay. That makes sense. Make adjustments to objective placements. Alrighty. For the dirty bombs, it says arming progress will now display on the charge when arming a dirty bomb. When arming the dirty bomb, lights on the charge will now show how many teammates are assisting in arming. Improvements made to radiation visuals when in the overhead spawn view, and the line to safety while inside of a radiation zone will no longer point players towards out of bounds. Okay, that's nice. We also got some new information on loot and the vehicles. I didn't really play a whole lot of Fireteam Dirty Bomb during the beta, but hopefully all these new improvements and adjustments will make it a slightly better game mode. We also have some adjustments to ping, which this one's pretty cool. The ability to ping while down, ability to ping from vehicles, and to ping down teammates, things like that. And it looks like just a bunch of overall quality of life adjustments when it comes to pinging for Fireteam Dirty Bomb. So now for VIP Escort, players can now quick deploy parachute in Crossroads and Armada in VIP Escort. The VIP is now taken to the helicopter by a winch operator upon exfil completion. So does this mean one player is going to have to be the winch operator? That's interesting. We'll have to see how that plays out because I really liked VIP Escort in the beta. So we'll see how that plays out. The exfil notification is now triggered when the VIP gets near an exfil helicopter in order to give the defending team more time to react. That's a very, very big change, actually. We'll see how that works. Upon getting near the exfil site, the helicopter will begin lowering the fast rope, and all players in the match will be notified that the exfil process has begun. Once the fast rope is lowered, the VIP can interact with the rope and hook up for exfil. So we got a lot of interesting changes for VIP Escort. Like I said, I played a lot of that during the beta, and I had a lot of fun. So I'll definitely look to see how these new changes affect the game mode as a whole. Seems very interesting to me. So moving on to some of the new weapons I'd like to get into, we have the FFAR-1 assault rifle, which is awesome. The FAMAS, the FFAR, we've seen those in Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 3, so I'm glad that's coming back. The Bullfrog SMG, whatever that is. The M60 LMG, the DMR-14, which is probably like the M14, and the M79 Special Launcher, and more, which is always nice. Weapon balancing for assault rifles, tuned general assault rifle performance closer to Krig 6 and XM4, beta performance for better balance across the class. That's very interesting. I really liked using the Krig 6, and I didn't really use too much of the XM4, but general assault rifle performance closer to these weapons. It's very interesting to see that change, and this one I'm not really looking forward to. Increased AK-47 recoil, because I really liked using the AK-47 in the beta, so they're nerfing my boy. They're nerfing the AK. So for submachine guns, we have reduced SMG effectiveness at longer ranges to counter the dominance of the class seen in the beta. Yeah, SMGs were pretty overpowered at certain ranges. The Milano, the AK-74U, you could fry people at longer ranges, that's for sure. For LMGs, we have increased LMG damage output to improve the effectiveness of the class, fair enough. Increased LMG ADS times, also fair enough, the guns are big and heavy. Sniper rifles, adjusted aim assist to feel smoother yet require more skill and precision. Slightly increased sniper rifle ADS times. Sniper scope glint will now display more regularly. Alright, that's good to hear. Pistols, decreased burst fire, pistol hip fire accuracy. Interesting, okay. I didn't really try to fire my pistol from the hip. I always tried to aim down sights. and reduced burst fire pistol max damage range. Again, I didn't really try to use pistols at max range, so alright, that seems like a pretty decent change, I suppose. And for shotgun, reduced semi-auto shotgun fire rate. I know the Spaz 12, a lot of people like to spam that, so I guess that's a pretty good change as well. For launchers, we have slightly increased inner damage of launcher rockets to allow for lethal damage when placed precisely. Alright. And for melee, we have slightly reduced sprinting speed when the knife is equipped. Slightly reduced sprinting speed. That's very interesting. You would think you'd be a lot lighter with a knife running around. Interesting. We also have some ADS adjustments to make it feel smoother, to provide more of a dramatic feel, and for weapon pushback to address the cases where optic models could get too close to the player's camera. So again, looks like some quality of life adjustments when it comes down to ADS. And of course, Treyarch is going to be adding some new attachments, so this is always nice to see, as well as some attachment balances right here. And I just want to scroll down real quickly to this. Dual wield. The ability to dual wield pistols. So ladies and gentlemen, this brings a thought to my head. Will we be able to see a legendary variant of the 1911 being the Mustang and Sally's? Because, as you guys know, Mustang and Sally's are obviously dual wield, and we have the weapon rarity system in Black Ops Cold War Zombies. So, potentially, dual wield Mustang and Sally's for a legendary variant of the gun, I think that would be really cool. Considering now that dual wield is back as an attachment, I think that would be a perfect opportunity for Treyarch to provide a little bit of fan service, but a little bit of logical fan service as well. Of course, weapon levels increased primary weapons from level 40 to 55. And stationary turrets, increased use radius of stationary turrets. That sounds pretty overpowered. We'll see how much people spam turrets in multiplayer. So I'd like to skip a little bit of the article just to get to some of the features that are going to be added into Black Ops Cold War. If you guys want to read some of the other parts of the article that I missed, I'll leave it linked down below for you. But we have here for features, added military ranks up to 55 in standard player progression. Pretty straightforward and standard. Added seasonal prestige player progression system beginning at launch after completing military rank 55. And of course, we talked all about the prestige system in a previous video, and I will link that one as well in the description and in a card right now. We have added unlockable weapon camos, added challenges for campaign multiplayer and zombies, added combat record, added theater support, which is always great. I loved using theater mode in Black Ops 4 for making videos and whatnot, so I'm glad theater mode is back. Added multiplayer bot support, finishing move support, weapon inspect support, which is always cool that we're going to get some weapon inspects, so that's awesome. So also in this article, Treyarch goes into detail of some of the frequently asked questions for Black Ops Cold War. And so we have several questions from the Zombies community in this FAQ. So I'd like to go and read some of these Zombies questions. But before we go into the Zombies questions, let's go ahead and touch on some of the other questions for campaign and multiplayer. So, will movement, spawn, sniping, etc. continue to be tuned after launch as needed? Absolutely. I mean, there's no doubt about this. Every Call of Duty game is going to need some sort of tuning because there's always going to be that one overpowered weapon, or, you know, the movement's a little bit slower with this weapon, so we got to tune this, and all the little nitpicky idiosyncrasies of trying to tune weapon balancing in Call of Duty games. More free maps coming after launch. Treyarch already confirmed this, but they answered yes. We have a massive lineup of post-launch content planned, starting with Nuketown 84 on November the 24th. And of course, they're going to be launching some stuff with Season 1 on December the 10th, which means also we're probably going to be getting some free Zombies maps on top of that. And this one is definitely a big one to note because there's a lot of cheating and hacking in Modern Warfare and Warzone, so how will enforcement against potential cheating be handled? We have a zero tolerance policy for cheating, and action is always being taken behind the scenes to crack down this behavior. As always, please report suspected cheaters using the in-game reporting tools. You can report players by going to player details on a player's name at the scoreboard, or from after action report, social, recent players. These reports go to the dedicated security teams that monitor and investigate potential infractions 24/7. So let's hope we do get some cracking down on these cheaters, because it's dumb that these people hack games and they do it for what reason? You know, it's just always dumb to me. Alright, so moving on to some of the Zombies questions here. Will the main Easter egg quest be enabled in Zombies at the same time for all regions? Yes! We're aiming to enable the main quest and several side quests simultaneously on November 13th so everyone can start the hunt on equal footing. Follow us at Treyarch on Twitter for details on the exact timing as we get closer to launch. So that's very interesting, and it's honestly a good thing so that people don't leak things ahead of time, because some of the time zones, like I know for me here on Pacific time, I'll be getting the game on November the 12th at 9 p.m. So that prevents me from leaking and from solving things before everyone else can solve things. So that's always appreciated. Will Weapon Inspect be supported in Zombies? Yes, Weapon Inspect is featured in both multiplayer and Zombies. Thank you. That is awesome. I've made so many thumbnails where I've had to do the reload animation for some guns, and that's my Weapon Inspect for some of the thumbnails that you've seen on my channel. So I'm glad we have Weapon Inspects. We'll be able to use the new ping feature in Zombies. This was already confirmed, but yes, we do have ping in Zombies, which is always awesome. And this is a very interesting question right here. Is the Zombies HUD customizable? Yes. You'll be able to toggle several HUD visuals on and off in settings, including zombie health bars, enemy names, hit marker visuals, crosshair visuals, floating damage numbers, friendly player names, and more. So, sounds like there's going to be a lot of stuff added to this HUD on Black Ops Cold War Zombies, and I know a lot of people criticized Black Ops 4 for having a clustered HUD. And so if you feel as if the HUD is clustered, you can go ahead and turn some things off, which is a big thumbs up for me. Will we be able to unlock Zombies Prestige icons at the Prestige shop starting in Season 1? Yes. You'll be able to unlock Legacy Prestige icons from previous games, including icons from Zombies and even Blackout. Once you unlock the Prestige shop after you earn your first Prestige key starting in Season 1, learn more about Prestige keys in the Prestige shop here, which of course we already touched on the Prestige system, so this is always fun to hear as well. And down below of the article, we have some links that you can click on to get some more of the backstory and some of the other articles that we've read before. So we have Adler and Park, Jason Hudson, Frank Woods, so a lot of character profiles there as well. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Day 1 details of Black Ops Cold War. If you want to read the whole article for yourself, I will go ahead and leave the link in the description for you to read it. I just wanted to touch on some of the highlights that I thought were really cool from this article. But what did you guys think of this article? Let me know in the comments. And if you're excited for Black Ops Cold War, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're a brand new viewer, and don't forget to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date with everything that I do. Tomorrow, 9 p.m. Pacific time, I will be streaming Black Ops Cold War Zombies all night, streaming it, making videos simultaneously, posting them to YouTube, and of course, still streaming Zombies for you guys on Twitch. It is going to be a crazy, fun, and wild experience, and I cannot wait for tomorrow night. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all on Twitch, and I'll see you guys for Black Ops Cold War Zombies.